What's up? How's it going? What are you doing after the troop? Oh, hey, what's up? I'm Bro. Welcome to Meet the Crew. Today we're going to talk to Scott. All right, so here we are again. Today we're going to talk to Scott. Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself?
I got into prop making and special effects in high school. I had an awesome graphic arts teacher. We were responsible for making all the props and scenes for the drama club. I joined the first aid squad later in life, and there was a challenge between the first aid squad and the fire department who could do a better Halloween float. And that started a whole nother aspect of my life. Of course, we won. The following years, I always took first place or second place. And the last year, I actually did the Halloween float. I may have lost to the fire department dressed up as babies. But I had a 12-foot fire-breathing dragon made out of paper mache with articulating neck and arms. And although I didn't win, they made a rule change because of me. No open flames in the parade, which was pretty epic. So I'll take that as a win. I got to work at Great Adventure doing special effects for Fright Fest, which was an epic experience. But that was definitely like an assembly line. 8 hours of this airbrushing, makeup, paint, and all that stuff. And because of that experience, I got invited to do Zombie Walk. And I got to do airbrushing, and I don't think my thumb's ever been right since then. But again, because of the Zombie Walk, I got asked to do a couple small no-name films. I did a lot of the special effects makeup and some of the props, which was really cool. Always wanted to do like the New York, the big parades and the floats.
Yeah.
Always wanted to do that, but that's
Tough to break into.
yeah, it's unionized and it's all about who you know, and it's not really feasible.
So how did you get into Star Wars costume?
I was working a second job on a weekend, and a Saber Guild member apparently had an event nearby. Came in and they're still all dressed up. I'm like, that's Star Wars. That's awesome. Yeah, I grew up watching Star Wars. And we were talking on the side, and they told me about the Saber Guild. Gave me a little business card, and I've been doing martial arts since I was 8 or 9. 4 years of kendo, sword fighting. So that really kind of appealed me. Who doesn't like swinging a lightsaber around?
Yeah.
Seriously. I ended up going to one of their practices, and 5 years later, I'm still there. I'm the assistant local director. So.
We talked to Shelby recently as well,
Yes.
and you know a lot of our members are 501st Rebel Legion guys because those were the bigger groups and the ones that started first. And you know, for those of us that have been around a long time, but then now as the Mandalorian Mercs and the Saber Guild, some of these other clubs have become more popular, more legitimized, and now finally in New Jersey. But we all work together as one big giant club, and it's great that we have members and leaders from all these different clubs as part of our crew. Just shows how much we work together, just to make the costumes and props. But I know we talked to Shelby a little bit about it, but what are some differences? Because we talk a lot about trooping as a 501st and Rebel Legion with other crew members, but give us a Saber Guild perspective.
Saber Guild is really about choreographed fighting scenes, like the epic duels you see on TV. Try to recreate them in a safe environment because you really can't whoop on somebody with a lightsaber. We do everything from charities to special events. Every year, New Jersey Devils has a Star Wars night. We go to baseball games. It's all about telling a story with action. And just one fight scene actually takes weeks of choreographing and making sure there's no problems. And that's not even including dress rehearsal, make sure there's no costuming issues and stuff like that. Or some of the costumes actually kind of limit movement, and you may actually have to change your fight sequence because of a costume issue. Or when you go to the actual location, you can't do a hard fall on concrete floor.
Right.
Nobody wants to get injured. So that's completely different than, say, trooping for Rebel Legion or 501st, which has its own unique issues sometimes.
Because of these large scale events with Lucasfilm, and Disney sponsored, we all troop together, and I think
Yes.
that's how some of the newer members meet some of the older members of different clubs, and we start meshing together and integrating.
Exactly.
And then so that kind of led some of the trooping together led to you saying,
Yes.
"Hey, I got to come over here and build some stuff." So
Yes.
tell us about that. Like,
I just joined Rebel Legion. That's kind of nice because you can just get kitted up and you can just walk around. You don't have to memorize a fight scene or choreographing. It's just nice to walk around and interact with people. With Saber Guild, you get to do a little bit of that, but not as much as you do with trooping. Once I joined Rebel Legion, I got introduced to 501st, and I mean, everybody knows, bro. Everybody knows you got a costume problem, you need something fixed, mended, repaired, see bro. That's the 501st, and boom, bro. So that's kind of cool. It's nice doing the Star Wars. I have a couple different kits in reference to that, but I always like the Biker Scout kit. I've tried on a couple different helmets, like the Troopers, and their vision is so limited. But the Biker Scout, it's a comfortable kit. You have a great field of view. And Shelby, who I've known for a long time because of Saber Guild, finally introduced us. I've seen you a couple times on different troops, but it's just, you can't always talk and communicate. And because of Shelby, I'm here now.
My house is always welcoming.
Yes.
And I want you guys to come over. And I learn just as much from you guys as you learn from me. And that's why we love, anyone can come over and just build a costume and have some fun. But we take on like the crew guys are the ones that keep coming back to help others and to help teach us other skills. Like you come with such a great skill set that a lot of us don't have with, some of the fabrication and the electronics. Like we're working on Huang right now, and we need the servos, and me and Dave, we're spearheading that, but neither of us have any experience with servos and electronics. Some of the other guys do, but some of the other guys that do are also a little further away. You're a little more local. I know we were talking about, using some of your other skills that I have limited experience with and making some props, some upcoming props.
Yes, can't wait.
Right?
Excited.
We won't divulge that yet, but it's gonna be a cool Tatooine themed thing. How's your experience been so far with trooping? Because now that you've trooped with all of the the Saber Guild where you're performing, the Rebel Legion, where you're just interacting. What are some of the fun things that the enjoyable things of trooping that you?
Less stress, because everybody's there just to have a good time, enjoy. Again, with Rebel Legion and 501st, you're there to interact and talk to people and have fun. And Saber Guild, that's very limited because you're there for either training purposes or to put on a show. And the stress with both is actually pretty high. I mean, I can have 5 different fight partners all choreographed with one fight, and each fight is different and the cues are different, and there's a lot more stress and anxiety with performing for, say, 10 people or on stage for 100 people. So you tend to be hyper focused and you're isolated, and you gotta go through some stretching and make sure your kit's perfect, it's not wrinkled, and everything's 100%. So when it comes down to time to perform, you're giving them a quality Star Wars performance that hopefully they remember and come back just for that experience. Trooping is different because there's so much more interaction. You've got scenes set up, props set up where you can use them and interact, and it's just nice seeing people's eyes light up when you're there, and you can take pictures with them. With Saber Guild, that's really kind of limited because, again, it's performance driven.
Yeah.
So it's a nice other side to the coin.
What costumes do you have, and what costumes are you working on?
My first Jedi costume was just a generic costume that I finally retired. Then I made a mistake of trying to get approved for a Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker kit. Amazing kit, very form-fitting, but I cannot raise my arms above my shoulder because then it pulls the whole shirt.
Yeah.
And I'm getting older, so the hair's getting a little thinner, so I have to wear a wig. I don't know if you have much experience wearing a wig, but
A
they're
little bit.
uncomfortable.
Oh, I kind of hate them.
So then I got an Obi-Wan Kenobi kit, which I love, but I can't say I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi because it's a classic character and the requirements to be Obi-Wan Kenobi, the standards are really high. So I have an Obi-Wan Kenobi look-alike kit. It's the same thing, but slightly different. And I enjoy that the most. It's extremely freeing. The material is linen. So even on the hot day, like at a baseball game where you're performing and it's 90 degrees, I'm not dying with wearing three layers. I just got a Jawa. I mean, I'm 6'1", so it's kind of a little weird to see a tall Jawa, but that's fun. You just walk up and start stealing stuff, and people are like, "Hey, it's a Jawa!" You know, can't do that in a Jedi kit.
Exactly.
So each character is unique and fun, and like I said, I'm working on the Biker Scout. I'm almost done with that. I'm really excited, and hopefully get that approved soon. That's pretty much it.
After that, do you have any other like favorite costumes that you like wish list costumes that you're looking to make down the road, or that's just we'll see where it comes?
Yeah, I think that's a wait and see. Each costume has its unique issues and cost associated
that's a
with
big
them.
thing, yeah.
So, but there's one or two ideas I have in the future.
Nice.
That'll be fun.
Well, we appreciate you being part of our crew, and we
Yeah,
appreciate
great.
everything that you're offering us. We definitely look forward to the stuff that we're going to make, and hope
Yes,
that works out.
excited.
I guess we better go check and see what Ralph's doing over here.
Oh, God.